The Tale of Two Congressmen. Here's Barney Frank on the House floor in June of 2005.
But those who argue that housing prices are now at the point of a bubble seem to me to be missing a very important point. Unlike previous examples we have had, where substantial, excessive inflation of prices later caused some problems, we are talking here about an entity, home ownership, homes, where there is not the degree of leverage that we have seen elsewhere. This is not the dot-com situation. We have problems with people having invested in business plans for which there was no reality, and people building fiber optic cable for which there was no need. Homes that are occupied may see an ebb and flow in the price at a certain percentage level, but you're not going to see the collapse that you see when people talk about a bubble. And so those of us on our committee in particular will continue to push for home ownership.
Whoops! Now here's Barney Frank on the Tavis Smiley Show on PBS, April of 2009, post-Meltdown.
I want to recognize, though, Tavis, that they may come up short. Pretending people can do something they can't do is no favor for them. I wish we could do something about income inequality in America, and I'm for that. I would like to get better education all up and down the social sphere so people can earn more money. I'd like to bring down the cost of housing. But at the point when people are making, frankly, $30,000 or $40,000 a year in much of this country, they're not going to be able to afford a home, and if you pretend that they can, you get them into trouble. And
here's Barney pre-Meltdown in 2005.
I think people are going to see far less difference with the Democrats taking over in the financial services regulatory area than in virtually any other area of public policy, because we did work together on things like regulatory relief, and we have more to do. We have more to do yet in the deregulation. I'm just saying it. One of the things we did was to try and reduce the reporting requirement from the banks to the financial detectives, and far too much has to be reported now, in my judgment.
Whoops! And now Barney Frank in 2009.
Here's what happened on my watch. I became chairman on January 3rd, and this is the right-wing attack on liberals to try and stop regulation that you are repeating. On January 31st, I became the chairman. On March 28th, the committee passed a very tough Freddie bill, which the Bush administration liked. Later that year in November, we passed a bill to restrict subprime lending. Because we did the subprime lending restriction, Ben Bernanke, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, did what Alan Greenspan refused to do and said, okay, I'll do that.
Stop changing the subject.